Hello, Driving Intelligence community. This is a quick video to show you how to get either the front passenger or driver's side seat out of a CTS. This is the first generation, 2003 to 2007, and it also is good for the CTS-V. The first thing you want to do is get that seat forward as far as possible if it's a power seat, and I think they all are on the CTSs. This gives you access to the rear bolts. There's only two bolts that hold this down, two clips in the front. And you also want to get the seat back forward a little bit so that the whole thing is not leaning back and making it difficult for you to get through the doorway. Second step, once you've moved the seat, you want to disconnect all the power, and that's to get the energy out of the supplemental restraint system. To do that, disconnect the ground and let it sit for at least 30 minutes, but many times it's better to let it sit longer. I like to let it sit for a couple hours and make sure there's no energy in the SRS system, which could cause an accidental activation of airbags or seat tensioners. Now, with the power disconnected, you'll want to remove two bolts that hold the seat down at the back. As I said, there are clips at the front that hold the front of it down. There's one that goes into the side of the floor pan, and there's another one that goes down straight into the floor pan underneath this plastic panel. To do this, you'll need a T50, and I'll link that part in the description of this video. Next, to get to the electrical connections, which are toward the front of the seat, you'll want to roll or push the seat forward and then pull the seat back, releasing the clips at the front of the seat. The seat is a little heavy, so you'll need to pull back firmly, but not too hard, causing damage to the electrical connections. These are the slots that I was referring to in the floor pan, and you can see the hooks on the seat. As I indicated, you got to pull the seat up in the back, and then you got to lift and pull at the same time to pull it out of these slots. And now we got to disconnect these electrical connectors, which are safe to disconnect because I've had the battery disconnected for several hours. As you can see, there are two electrical connections under the seat. The gray connector is for seat functions like power adjustable seats and heating elements. The yellow connector is for the supplemental restraint system. The gray connector is easy to remove. Push this tab in and pull the connector apart. The yellow connector requires a removal of two blue plastic safety pins, and then you'll pull up the clips on the outward side, allowing for the separation of the connector. After separating the electrical connectors, I picked the seat up with a friend, pulled it forward a little bit, and then turned it sideways and gently angled it out with the bottom portion of the seat coming out first and then the upper portion coming out behind it. That way you make sure you don't cause any damage to the car or damage to the seat. Now with the seat removed, I've got access for a lot of different little projects, one of which is what I'm doing right now, repairing this belt tensioner because I've got a failure code. That's for a future video that's coming up. But I can also work on the motors if I want for seat recline, seat movement, seat heaters. I'm going to do a little bit of paint repair here. I see a little bit of rust. I want to get rid of that, so I'm going to clean that up, degrease it, put some Rust-Oleum on there. And I'm also going to clean underneath the seat where I've actually found some change already. Woohoo. And that's it. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give me that thumbs up, and I'll see you next time on Driving Intelligence.